Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can find me online by typing in Mark Parham on Rumble, and I should pop up. Anyway, I want to talk about the Donald Trump sneakers. I think he is trying to sell gold sneakers. I saw him for like, $399 or something like that. I mean, he went to Philadelphia and went to SneakerCon, and I looked at some people in the media were saying, oh, well, I wonder if these things will sell. And, people online were sort of laughing and doubting if they could even sell. And I checked, the website recently, and I think they're sold out right now. And so that goes to show you how, Donald Trump has a following like a rock star. I mean, if you think about it, imagine if George W. Bush did something like this. George W. Bush couldn't pull off something like this, where he can just release a product and it can sell. And so Donald Trump has a huge following. People like him. He's very charismatic. And I think it was a brilliant idea. It's something that keeps his name out there. It's something for the people that support him. And like I said, if it's successful, it can, it's a way to raise money. So, he just thinks out of the box. So again, people can talk about it and, say whatever they're going to say, but it just goes to show you that, Trump always finds a way to, get to the money and come up with the new ideas. And so I think they're in gold because, Trump's a big fan of gold. And they have the American flag on the sort of the top of the sneaker. I just think it's an interesting idea. And again, Trump is always thinking out of the box, whether it's politics, whether it's marketing, whether it's his business. If you look at even how he ran for president, I mean, Trump sat up in, was in Trump Towers of all places, and he knows, to be in one of his buildings, to market himself and the business, his family business, and all this other stuff. And so I just think he's a marketing genius, and he's been a person that is he always finds ways to reinvent himself. It's just like a lot of people look at what he's doing now and they say, oh, well, that's interesting. But Trump's always been this way. Even if you go back to the 1980s, I mean, Trump he was in, one of the Bobby Brown videos for the Ghostbusters soundtrack. He's done Pizza Hut commercials. He was on The Fresh Prince. And so Trump is a person that really thinks out of the box. And I hope he wins this year. I don't think Biden stands a chance. The only way Joe Biden can win this election is to steal it this time. And I know people talked about the election before it was stolen, and we all know that the Democrats were doing some hanky-panky behind the scenes stuff. But in 2024, unlike the other years where people said, oh well, we doubt it, this and that. No, if Donald Trump doesn't win the election this time, then there's no doubt in my mind, and there shouldn't be a doubt in anybody's mind that they stole the election. Like, I don't see how Joe Biden can win again. I mean, if you look at some of the news reports, black men are tired of Joe Biden, black women are tired of Joe Biden, Hispanic women are tired of Joe Biden, Hispanic men are tired of Joe Biden. I think, what's her name, Rashida Tlaib, she was, telling folks that they shouldn't support Joe Biden. And so people of all races, of all walks of life are tired of this man. He's ran the country into the ground. I mean, the economy has been in the tank, and all he had to do was come into, become president. You think about Joe Biden, all you have to do is just, when he won, keep some of those Trump policies in place, and the country would be coasting right now. Not saying it would be, ran correctly, but country wouldn't be down the dumps like it is. Keep some of the Trump policies in place, and if he was going to change a few things, not mess around with the economy and things like that. And Joe Biden could have, halfway taken some credit for what Trump did in the, previously, but he came in to the White House and just tried to do things with immigration and the economy and just a lot of stuff that didn't make sense. So it's sort of a shame, because all you have to do is keep some stuff in place, and he would be, probably in position to win re-election. But I don't see how anybody who has a television set or internet connection can support Joe Biden. I mean, really, if you look at the news, you don't see any good stories about anything. I mean, even though the mainstream fake news, as Trump likes to call it, even though they try to do their best to put out stories, people aren't believing that mess. I mean, they'll try to act like, oh, well, it's the Republicans' fault that the border is like this, and it's Donald Trump's fault that this is happening. It's the Republicans' fault. And even people who don't support the Republicans aren't believing, that mess, that nonsense. And so the only way Joe Biden can win is try to steal the election, which I think they're going to do again, or they're going to try to throw Trump in prison. Those are the only two things they can do. Because if they have a regular election where there's, let's just say, debates and Trump's on the debate stage and Joe Biden's on the debate stage, Joe Biden doesn't stand a chance. Could you imagine Joe Biden trying to debate Donald Trump right now? I mean, Joe Biden can't even find his way off the stage. And so I don't see a way where, he can, if he does debate if he does debate Donald Trump, I don't see, the debates will basically be like a Mike Tyson boxing match. Like, it'll be so one-sided, it'll be ridiculous. Because there's nothing that Joe Biden can say right now about what's going on around the world, what's going on in America, in our cities, that can that's just positive. I mean, even if you look at Chicago, for cities like Chicago and people who live there to say, wait a minute, what's Joe Biden doing? Like, we supported you and we don't even see, any good results from supporting you like this. And so, it's happening across the country. I think Donald Trump is in a stronger position now than he was in the past. Before, Donald Trump, people were wishy-washy. Like, maybe I'll support the guy, maybe I won't. He sort of does things in a different way than most politicians. But I think now Donald Trump has earned the trust of most people. And, every day it's a new Joe Biden disaster. I mean, if you look at what he's doing overseas, he's giving money to countries where, we're not really gaining anything from giving all this money to these other countries. I mean, look at, I'll take Ukraine, for example. Now there's reports that, oh, well, we're pulling some of our troops and we're not winning like we told you guys. And, it's just all over the place. And you look at the situation in Ukraine, Republicans knew that months ago. I mean, Republicans knew that, wait a minute, this is a war that Ukraine's not going to win. And now they're coming out and admitting it. Oh, well, it's tougher than we thought. But here's the thing. We gave you guys billions of dollars. We gave you guys whatever you needed. And, where's all that money? And some reports are where some reports have come out that, some of the people that know Zelensky are living the high life on boats and nice cars and stuff like that. And that's, those are American dollars right there. That's money given away from our government to help them, and they're turning around and, living like a superstar or something. And so, it's so much corruption going on. It's so many lies. It's so much just propaganda. And I know I'm all over the place, but I really don't see how Joe Biden can win this election without using the law, coming up with, some way to lock Trump up in prison or stealing the election. Those are the only two ways, because if you look at what is going on with Trump, you notice all of these court cases are, happening one by one by one. He wins one court case, then they go on to something else. Then another person comes out. 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 And all of this stuff is like just, they're trying to time it perfect with the election. And so instead of him being out there campaigning, he's got to be in court and handle all this this mess. And what Democrats don't realize is that the more they keep on messing with Trump, the more they keep on trying to send him to court. And American people, I mean, it's actually helping helping more people, helping his poll ratings. Like, the more they keep on sending him to court, American people aren't saying, well, you know what, maybe we won't vote for him, because no. They're actually supporting him because they're seeing what's going on. They're seeing that these court cases are nothing but a sham. I mean, the judge is corrupt. I mean, even if you look at the black woman down in Georgia, Fannie Willis, well, you see what's going on with her right now. People are finally pulling up things in her past, and then she's giving money to her lover, and he's married to this person and that. It's like a big drama that's going on. And these are supposed to be the people that are, the Democrats always say fighting for democracy. They're not fighting for democracy. They want to just stay in power. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody. They don't even care about the middle class of the country. I mean, you notice how Joe Biden, how they try to present Joe Biden as he's a warrior for the middle class. Well, if you cared about the middle class so much, why are you giving money to the Ukraine? Why are you giving all this money to Zelensky in Ukraine when you could be spending that money fixing roads and fixing infrastructure all across the nation? So that whole image of Joe Biden being this middle class warrior, I mean, look at it. Joe Biden was going to sleep when people in Hawaii were talking about, how to recover and how to rebuild Hawaii. Man was falling asleep. I mean, he can't find his way off the stage. He doesn't know where he's at. So again, he's asleep at the wheel, and instead of helping the middle class, he's taking money and spending it everywhere, all around the world, except in neighborhoods and Scranton and stuff like that, in Pennsylvania and places like that. They always put him as, he's from Scranton and all these places, and he was a warrior and he's blue collar. But again, if you cared about the middle class, you would be trying to fix the middle class. And so, again, it's we're just in clown land right now. I think Trump has to win this election. If you're a liberal listening to this, if you're a Democrat listening to this, please vote for Donald Trump, because our country, if we have 4 more years of Joe Biden, this country will look like a third world nation or something. I don't know how any other way to describe it. It's just everything's falling apart. Our infrastructures, our education system. You have people that are, not respecting police like they used to. It's a mess. And so, again, I don't see how anybody could support Joe Biden. I don't see how Joe Biden can win this election. In my prediction, they're going to either try to lock Trump up in prison, or they're going to just steal ballots and stuff from some of these communities, communities with voting booths and stuff. That's the only way. Either steal the election by saying, the voting machines aren't working properly and we got to recount and all this other mess, or try to lock Trump up in prison, because I can't think of anything positive that Joe Biden's done. And also, if you're listening to this, in the comments section, can you name one positive thing that Joe Biden has done for America in the last, I would say, 4 years? I can't think of any. So if you can, let me know in the comment section. Also, please follow me on Rumble. I'll be posting more podcasts. I know this podcast is probably all over the place. It probably sounds like I'm rambling, but it's just, I'm just frustrated, because America is just declining. Everybody sees it. People around the world see it. And it's just, to me, it's very sad. So again, let me know how you feel in the comment section, and have a good day.